Welcome back to Boruto Anime Review. This is episode number 32. This one reviewing the 32nd episode of the Boruto Naruto and Next Generation series. This is Quest for the Souvenirs. Like the title suggests, basically all we're getting is souvenir. Because of the fact Boruto forgot to get his sister a souvenir, he decided to ask everybody if they had these special water sweet, I think it's water sweet cinnamon nuts, I think it is. I mean, he asked Shigadai. He has almost everybody. Heck, he even asked Metal Lee, a character who, up to this point, with the exception of like one episode, half the time the guy doesn't even have hardly any screen time. Heck, his father had got more screen time in Naruto Shippuden. He actually did stuff in the episode. It just kind of seems like that the creators of the show just don't know what to do with Metal Lee at all. It seems like the only character who, as far as I can tell, he never bothered to ask was Iwambi. Yeah, Iwambi was the only he didn't ask. He asked Dekai. Yeah, he didn't ask Iwambi or Shishumari. He didn't ask her either. Asked Chocho, but apparently she ate him already. Yeah, asked everybody, and then he was about to give up. Then Misuke and Sadara showed. I was like, okay, go to this grocery store in the 3rd Street Outlet. See if they have it. So, and he plays the owner of the shop in a Shinobi Bout card game, which is the popular game in the series. They played several times in the course of the series, and it was at one point he could cheat the win because he saw that her hand was basically seeing a reflection in a jar. He decided not to do that and just gave up right there and just decided not to cheat. But since he was being honest with her, he just sort of throw it out the store, but gave her the thing that he wanted for free because it was an emergency for his kid's sister. But then he gets home and gives it her and sort of apologizes for forgetting about it. And I don't know what the result is because they just kind of cut off there. Kagura gets a little bit of development in this episode. Basically, you get a chance to see him just sort of a voiceover. You don't get a chance to see his lips move that much. Basically, see him just seeing the Seven Swordsmen for one last time, possibly. Who knows? Might return in later arc for the series. Yeah, and and of course he's practicing to basically qualify to use Chocho's sword, Hijwadri. I think it's they pronounce the swords. Yeah. So some of the swords are kind of hard to pronounce for the Seven Swordsmen. Yeah, and I think that's basically it. I mean, it's nice to see that Hinata makes an appearance in the series. First time in a while. I'd say for the first time since, before the Sadara arc, basically. It's been a while since we've seen Hinata show up in the series. Yeah, and that's basically it for this episode. It's kind of just a standalone, kind of fillerish episode, but also deals with the aftermath of the previous one. Yeah, it's just a standalone episode. Looks like next episode might be a standalone one. It's called the Super Beast Scroll Slump. Or apparently Inogen is basically losing the ability to use Super Beast Scroll and basically might be using his mother's jutsu, the whole mind transfer thing. It seems like a bit bizarre of a concept for the next episode because also I have not heard anything about the next set of episodes. It's like, yeah, I heard up until episode 31, basically, what the plot of some of these episodes were. It's like, this episode, the next one's like, okay, you have a standalone episode, basically remembering something from about 7 episodes back. Yeah. It would have been nice to have, it was nice the fact the show started off basically with, the episode started off with them leaving the land of water. Yeah, leaving the Hidden Mist. I would expect basically Chocho giving them a war, preventing a coup d'etat. But instead, they got a punishment basically for sort of making up and decided to paint these steps. And that was their punishment. I'm like, wow. And it was Sadara, Iwambi, and Boruto. Oh, there is one other character I'm so happy. Making his first appearance since Sadara. Orochimaru shows up in this episode. Yeah, for like one scene. I'm always happy to see the guy because he's always an interesting villain. Unlike, it's like anytime you show up in your Naruto vs. Shippuden, he's always an interesting character to watch on screen. Better than freaking idiot Danzo. Almost anytime I see he pops up on the screen, I just want him to get killed off just quickly. Though they had to wait until just before the war started for him to die. Yeah. But it was a pretty good episode. It had some good, nice elements. I mean, this episode was just filler, but it did advance the plot of the series a little bit, not very much, because most of the episode just told looking for a set of sweets. But you got a couple elements from the hit and miss episodes. Basically, you can kind of see that the whole hit and miss stuff was kind of wrapped up in here as well. We might get a chance to hit and miss again. I don't know. Kagura hinted that he might be coming to the village. That could explain why in the titles he basically is sparring with Boruto in like a village. I think it's in the near forest that's actually inside the village itself. Yeah, that's just a possibility. I'm looking forward. I would love to see it. But yeah, not much else to talk about this episode. Just bit of a. I mean, this is just a standalone filler. But it does advance the plot of the series a little bit. But at least that the previous arc is canon to the Naruto franchise because it was mentioned in the recent chapter of the series. Excuse me. But aside from that, that's really it. Not much else to say. Just I'm happy the fact next week's episode basically going to feature Ino again and Sai. I love it when these two characters show up, and it's been a while. I think the last time remember these two show up was, I think for Sai, I think last time I remember him show up was in the Ghost. That was at the end of the Ghost arc. Actually, it was in the Aftermath episode. Ino, I think, was just before the Sadara arc happened. But aside from that, that's really it. So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned next week for episode 33. The Super Beast Slump. Okay? Until then, I will see you there. Bye.